Welcome back to White Wong's casting of Team Monocle versus Solo Key Heroes. Game 2 coming at you. We got Team Monocle now on the red side and Solo Key Heroes on the blue side. Now we do
Definitely a great game 2 we got going on here. You really hear the enthusiasm coming out of Calico's casting.
Now we do have Sion and Kaisa being banned so far.
Saya and Kaisa,
But
great bands, I'd say. Definitely meta staples.
yes, Kaisa was definitely very scary on the hands of Herd and is going to be taken out, and Rengar actually being banned by the Solo Queue Heroes instead of Monocle, so that's going to be a nice ban.
The question that comes now is Shaco's daddy going to get oh wait, Shaco's daddy banned the Rengar. Very
Indeed,
interesting.
and
I'm not sure what's going on.
in the pre-game lobby, it was said that Shaco is not going to be banned on the side of Team Monocle. What is
Oh my
this?
goodness!
And are they going to stay true to that? Because if they do, Shaco's daddy is going to be very happy.
They did ban Season X's Alawi though, so maybe there's supposed to be some sort of gentleman's agreement to lead the 2-1 tricks, have their champion, but maybe that was broken.
And Fizz is going to be taken out, so Shaco is going to be played by Shaco's daddy, probably, most likely.
I mean, maybe he's got something new going on in his champion pool, we'll see.
Jin being picked up on the side of
Interesting
Protect. I don't know, are Protect and Herd role swapping now, or what? Because I really wouldn't appreciate it if they had to make me move their champions by myself.
Really? Definitely a lot of work to be put in there, but we do see the bot lane matchup. First picks on both sides for the ADCs. We got Jin versus Caitlyn.
Nice thing about Caitlyn on the red side is that she can put her traps right behind that blue side turret, and if the blue side doesn't know about it, they get hit by an invisible trap, and that's a lot of damage coming out by Caitlyn.
You know, definitely a real pick.
Nocturne!
With the hiding traps. No! We got Calico's specialty here. His favorite champion, Nocturne, against Shaco's daddy's one and only Shaco. This is going to be a spicy jungle matchup.
I like how you called him Shaco as daddy, and then you called the champion Shaco. Just really consistent there on how you call people their champions. But anyways, Shaco is going to be picked up in the jungle against that Nocturne, and waiting for Zero Invictus to pick his champion, or... Oh, that's a LeBlanc coming in, and that is going to be a good assassin pick. If they didn't like the Fizz, they might like LeBlanc a little less.
Yeah, LeBlanc, it's been too early to tell, but it seems she's really strong. It could just be a possibility of players being excited to have their old reworked LeBlanc back in action.
Yeah, the thing about the reverted LeBlanc, I guess, is that instead of her Q being her wave clear, it's going to be her W. So that's a big thing, and her W does a lot of damage. So, and we do see Recon being picked up back onto the side of Team Monocle, which I really liked on the hands.
Yeah, I
liked
it. You know, he had an unconventional build, but it worked.
It was definitely unconventional. Maybe if he goes a Guardian or Aftershock, or I mean I enjoy Aftershock, but that's because I'm a jungler. So I guess
definitely Aftershock.
Yeah.
Definitely not the choice I'd make, but it's definitely usable.
Yeah. That's just always the first thing that comes to mind out of that resolve tree is Aftershock. But anyways, taking a Guardian might be a little bit better on Recon. Maybe he'll take that instead of the Arcane Comet, but Teemo getting banned by Solo Queue Heroes.
Oh, you know, possibly, you know, maybe Season X being in the top lane, or might have that team of pocket pick ready. I don't know, maybe it's just kind of a meme ban. They're not really sure what else to ban.
Maybe. I mean, one thing I'm sure of is that Team Monocle is not a team that you can really ban. They play whatever, whenever. So
yeah, they really pull everything out of the woodwork. You know, like, hey, you know what? This Jax ADC is looking pretty good, and they just pick it right up. They throw it in the bot lane. We do see Season X's Cho'Gath back in action. Definitely performed pretty well on that Cho'Gath in Game 1. Looking to do even better in Game 2.
And I feel like he can do better because he's not against that Jax.
Ooh,
Jax
true.
was trying to punish him early Wasn't working out, but he did get a CS lead. And in the end of the game, the Jax just got too tanky and too strong. But Kled, that's gonna be a tough lane for Cho'Gath.
You know,
I feel.
a Cled's always kind of that sleeper pick that always exists, but you don't really see very often. Definitely only a few one tricks really play this Kled, but today attack and protect, or possibly they're just out of position, is going to be playing that Kled today.
Morg being hovered here on the side of Solo Queue Heroes and does get picked up, so that's gonna be a Jin Morgana bottom lane, and that's a scary lane if I do
Very.
declare.
Yeah, if you get hit by a binding, you're going to be staying a while, because Jin can chain his W route on you as soon as that stun is done, the route's done, and then if Morgana has ulti as well, it's just a bad time for you, really.
Orianna gets picked up, so
Yeah, we had Orianna
that's-
banned last game due to the mid lane pool really being squeezed out. This time Athena's going to pick that up for looking for some more protection against these assassins.
especially putting that ball onto a Rakan, getting a nice
Ooh,
shockwave, that's gonna be huge.
oh, just the greatest combo of all time. As a resident jungler, you would say Shackles do like going that ignite. I'm not much of a jungler myself.
Honestly, that is preference. The
Preference.
Shaco with Ignite is cheesy. It can secure you kills, but in my eyes, Flash is really nice on Shaco because it can also secure you kills. Because
True.
if they flash
I
away,
don't.
you can flash right after.
With a Shackles daddy specialist such as this guy, he might be used to the ins and outs of the champion and really just wants to secure those early kills with the ignite.
Yeah, I do know that Night Blue though, back in the day when I used to watch him when he was relevant, he would he would always get yelled at for not taking Ignite, and he proved that Flash was actually a valid contender for the Ignite. It's so I like to say that
Yeah.
that is all preference because
Preference.
if you want to
He's-
have an easier time of escaping, then Flash is really good. But
Yeah. He's going for those early kills, and I really respect that.
yeah.
But we're gonna have to unfortunately wait a little while before we get right into the game here. So let's talk a bit of the matchups. Starting at the top lane, Kled versus Cho'Gath. What are we really thinking is gonna happen there? You know, we might need some top lane advice coming in from our top lane analyst, Wongly Accused. Really gonna let us the gist of the Kled versus Cho'Gath matchup here.
There he is.
So basically, Cho'Gath will most likely get pushed in early by the Kled, and then it'll be up to Kled to start roaming around, probably towards the mid lane because the mid lane is favored on the side of solo queue heroes. Maybe invade into the jungle too, because Shaco is running that ignite, so will most likely trade the Nocturne, so they would have a winning matchup there. Well,
Nice.
and then for Seasonings, he'll most likely just want to sit top, farm up, and become that huge tank like you saw late game last game, where he just kind of sat there and just existed and then helped his team win team fights.
Yeah. Nice. Looking down into the jungle, we got the Shaco versus Nocturne. Two very interesting champions. Definitely not the newest of champions, but have always had their way in their little niche in the game. What do we really think about Nocturne versus Shaco?
Shaco is just gonna want to pester that Nocturne. Nocturne
Oh yeah.
wants to get that level 6 as fast as he can, to be honest. Like, he has decent gank potential right at level 3 with his Q and his E. His Q to get that movement speed, and if he hits it, then obviously the trail follows, so that movement speed follows up right there, and then the E gets that fear, and you also get the movement speed buff as well if you hit that fear. So Nocturne, that's not the reliable gank though. The reliable gank is getting that ultimate. And so Shaco is going to want to punish that Nocturne's farm. And
Yeah, definitely.
yes.
This pestering jester is gonna be really darkening this Nocturne's day. And in the mid lane, we're gonna start going since the game's gonna be loading up pretty soon here. But we got LeBlanc versus Orianna. Orianna, just a nice staple, safe mid lane pick. You can never go wrong with an Orianna. She always has that team fight presence, always has the safe landing with her shield, and really, especially into these assassins, having that Orianna shield, that extra bit of protection for her Caitlyn and other swishy members of the team. But New LeBlanc recently reverted on her changes that they went through during the Assassin update. She's going to be looking to just kill Orianna or anyone in her path in the early game and really snowball lead and allow her to weave in and out at weird angles just to assassinate people.
And what are we looking at that bottom lane resident support main?
Well, let me tell you, in the bot lane, Jhin Morgana is nothing to scoff at. It really becomes down, if you get hit by a binding, you're gonna feel the pain. You know, if you can dodge the binding, you might be in a little bit of a better position, but I'd say with the Caitlyn pick, it's pretty safe, and you can pretty much go even with any lane matchup you have picking Caitlyn. So I'd say it's definitely favored for Jhin Morgana to get some kills, but Caitlyn and Rakan have the tools necessary to make it go even.
I like it. So what are you looking for? What what team comp is going to win this?
You know, after removing what I already saw from the performance in the past 2 games, just looking at it as a new, fresh slate, I'm thinking it's a lot similar to the last game. Solo queue heroes really have the more proactive, risky picks with the assassins going on, whereas Team Monocle, they do have a more staple team comp with having a proper frontline with the Cho'Gath, but they definitely went for a jungler that has a little bit more threat to it than Maokai. Not to say Maokai doesn't have a threat, because his CC is a threat in and of itself, but more damage.
Absolutely. And
So I'd say it's hard to say for me, but I'd probably give it in favor of solo queue heroes, just because I have a theory LeBlanc is a lot stronger than people realize right now.
Definitely, definitely. One thing that I like to do as Nocturne, though, is I know everyone loves the assassination build. He can get nice one-shots, but I often like to go the tank build, just in case,
Ooh,
because, hear me out,
all right.
because they only have one tank, and that is Cho'Gath. Elray on Recon isn't going to be building tanky, as we see as he takes Arcane
Till
Combat
later
again.
in the game. Later in the game, he'll probably
Yeah,
get
until later possibly, but if you need a second tank, Nocturne is not bad to tank with, because he can go in, he can get that engage, and then they're like, oh, but it's just a Nocturne, he's an assassin. Nuh-uh. He's going to be tanking you up, and he's going to be building that armor, and he's going to tank those turrets. So
I'm thinking this game we're gonna see a more damage focused Nocturne this game.
oh, he definitely is,
definitely
because they
a
did take
possibility
electrocute.
if you wanted to do it. If
And-
you really wanted to like really get in the heads of his enemies.
Season X not paying attention as the enemy team does walk up right into the jungle, and he's going to be taken down. Early first blood for Shaco, his daddy, as they did invade that top side of the jungle. He's probably looking on the minimap for a bottom lane invade, as they tried last game to do that bottom lane invade. But this time they come
at the
top.
beginning of this game, just gonna throw this in there. Mind just putting yourself 3 seconds behind just to match up with me perfectly. Just 3 seconds.
All right, I'm at 107.
Oh yeah, 3 seconds should do it. So you just gotta delay
Oh,
yourself.
that
3
was
seconds.
after the 3 seconds, but let's go again.
All right.
I'm at 114.
Perfect.
All right, we
now
do
we're
see.
good. All evened up.
Team Monocle is trying to get the return red buff here, but
Jin did see him with the
yeah,
comment
solo queue heroes definitely know that they're there. Morgana's gonna give them a hard time. Jin's gonna give them a hard time.
Risky.
It's definitely a risky play, as Shaco doesn't even need the leash, but Kled is going to help with that leash in the top side. They are not dragging this into the bush yet. There we go. Yes, and Haraplo does get that
The
smite
coming out.
just to secure it.
You don't want to risk losing that level 1 buff. That could really be bad. But Shaco's
no,
already
Shaco does
ganking.
make that level 2 cheese gank and blows the flash and barrier on Athena's Orianna, so not going to be a fun time in Athena's lane, as we already see. Cho'Gath and Kled, let's see how this turns out. Kled is going to engage on this. Cho'Gath only gets 1 hit on the Kled. Can't do much at level 1, but the tough part about this lane is Skarl. Skarl, it's like, oh, we're gonna take him out. And then Skarl says, no, Kled still has to be taken out, and it's just not as fun. But we do see level 2 now, as my game freezes. There's going to be a trade here. Seasonix at half health, Kled around that quarter health. Oh, Grasp of the Undying does proc, so that is nice.
Yeah, one thing, Cho'Gath doesn't mind trading a lot because he does have a lot of built-in sustain in his kit. So as long as Seasonix can get those minion kills, he should be all right.
He does go in again. Knock-up does land on
Ooh.
Seasonix. Skarl is going to be taken out, but Kled trying to get some more damage onto the Cho'Gath. Does get some of that damage with that
Definitely
Q.
dangerous remaining in the Kled form for a long period of time because if you can't get the oh, but he is
Skarl is remounted and he's going to go back in. Does get the rope, and Kled is going to get that kill onto the Cho'Gath.
God!
And Shaco is going to get a return gank onto the mid lane.
Oh.
And Athena is going to get taken down. That is not a fun time.
This and a bind coming up from Morgana.
They're going to possibly get a kill onto the Caitlyn as well. Does flash heal, but Ignite is ticking down. Is going to live with just 20 health.
Just devastation happening around the map. Solo queue heroes really just pressuring every lane right now.
Yeah, they really shouldn't have agreed to giving Shaco's daddy his one-trick champion. It's not going to be a fun time. He has a very easy time ganking at level 2. And
Yeah.
it's just, you don't give anyone Shaco who plays Shaco. That's rule number 1 of League, besides don't chase a singed.
Oh, and never dive. But from what we've seen last game, Solo queue heroes were not scared to dive, and it didn't bite them in the back. It actually went.
But we
quite well
do
for
see
them.
another gank coming in onto the Athena.
Oh,
And that's Shaco
this-
taking out
oh.
Athena again. That's a
the
killing
third
spree.
kill. Oh, and the Oriana, I just can't imagine. Or no,
Well,
it's
second kill on the Oriana, but
third.
that's
for
the third
Shaco.
gank already.
Yeah.
And like,
definitely not good for this mid lane matchup. Shaco really forcing which side's going to win in this matchup.
Shaco already getting that Tiamat, so is going to have a lot more pressure to counter jungle, but Harablo is going to get hit by the root of the LeBlanc. Tried to spell shield the chain, but the bad thing about that is that the chain, if it hits you, it's going to root you no matter what. And that's the same thing that goes for Zoe's bubble. Anything that has 2 procs, the hit and then the CC, if you only try to spell shield the CC, that's not a spell. That's just crowd control. The spell is the beginning. And that's a tough time, but Attack and Protect does pick up a kill onto the Seasonix. Doesn't
One
quite
thing I will note,
get taken down.
that interaction actually might have been changed with Zoe in a recent patch.
It did
but
not.
I'm not
It did not.
even. I don't know. I know they changed the way certain other things work with it, but
Yeah, it did
might
not.
Still not.
It did
Okay.
not. But what you can do is spell shield when the bubble lands,
Yeah.
which that never used to do. So that's very nice. But
I just know you can Crucible now before the second, the bubble.
yeah,
hit,
who knows? Maybe it's a bug with Nocturne. But last time I played Nocturne against the Zoe, that didn't work. So
All right.
it was upsetting, to say the least.
Quite. But we are seeing a 7-0
And
lead.
Kled is going to
already.
gank this Oriana.
Heroes.
Oriana not having a good time. Kled does go under the turret
no.
and is going to get bursted down. Oh, you got to feel bad
Yes.
for Athena. This is... They shouldn't have given Shaco away. Like, that's a free trade.
Kled seems to be working very
And
well.
Kled
into
is
the-
going to go back on the... Nocturne.
There's kill after kill. There's more than 1 kill a minute going on in this not even 7-minute game. This just the disgusting lead already accruing.
Yeah,
for Solo queue heroes.
4,000 gold already. Oh, make that 5,500 gold, and it's just not.
I'm not.
Don't give him the
seeing-
Shaco. Don't give him the Shaco.
I mean, the Shaco's definitely doing work as well, but also the Kled really proving to be
Yes,
able
Kled
to abuse
absolutely.
Cho'Gath really hard and even affect other lanes now that he's gotten a lead.
Absolutely, the Kled is
Just
doing
like our
work as
top lane
well.
expert did say, as soon as Kled was sick of killing Cho'Gath, he just ulted mid lane for a kill.
Yeah, we do see Shaco's daddy trying to steal the red buff
Wow.
away, and Nocturne is going to get that kill.
All right, that's pretty good to get that shutdown gold.
I don't know if Shaco was inting and like felt
I think
bad, or if he's just like,
I think
oh,
he's
whatever.
just, he's really feeling that they're so far ahead right now that he can start making risky plays. But thankfully, Nocturne caught him at the red buff and was able to get a
We do
one
see
kill.
Kled making his way back into the mid lane though. Orianna is level 6 though, and so is Nocturne. Nocturne goes in onto the Blanc, is going to be attached to her, so can get the kill possibly. Is not
no.
going to get the kill as...
And
he
Orianna
lives
goes
with
down
no
to
health.
Kled as well in
Yeah.
the background.
Here we go again with solo key heroes living with 1 health left, and just not a fun game for Team Monocle.
Definitely not. This is already a huge lead they've gathered up. It's gonna be, if they had trouble getting back into the game last game, it's gonna be even rougher this time around.
Caitlyn does dodge that binding, so that's something.
Oh, the Jin ult though.
Yeah, Jin's going to open up. Doesn't know exactly where everyone is. Is going to just clear those minions, it looks like.
Whew.
This game, there's not much to say about it, honestly, right now. Hopefully, Team Monocle can make some nice flashy plays like they were trying to in the last game. But so far, it's not looking hopeful for them as the LeBlanc enters
and
the
one
bottom
thing,
lane and then
Now that
exits
LeBlanc
with a
has been
kill.
reverted, she's really gonna be able to one-shot anyone. on the
Morgana
side
is
of
going to
Team
go
Monocle.
down though. And they're looking to pick up the Jin kill, but Shaco's daddy is
Oh!
going to be here as well. Just going to burst down the Nocturne, and the Rakan gets taken down by the Jin.
That's already 14 kills, 9 minutes in. This is just a bloodbath. Oh, LeBlanc just going anywhere where there's enemies on the map and just.
And
getting the
there
quick,
is
easy
the
kills.
classic LeBlanc getting another kill with that Ignite ticking down.
I think what we're witnessing here might be illegal in some foreign countries. We might have to talk with our rating supervisors to make sure this is actually legal on YouTube.
Yeah, I just talked to them, and this is not. This recording might be taken down, but we're going to risk it for the fans.
Risking it over the fence. Always here at Wetterwong Industries.
Co.
For business inquiries, please email us in the email.
In the
that we
about
have.
section on our YouTube channel, but Rakan is going to walk a little too far forward. Morgana is going to hit him with the binding. Shaco's going to follow up, but does get away as Caitlyn is nearby.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of times you kind of want to go over, how each team's gonna try and get back in this game when behind. But considering it's 10 minutes in, and we already see 15 kills on the board, this is usually the amount of kills happening at the end of a long game. A lot of times, I just feel so cute. Heroes can just keep pressing their lead, especially with the champions that they have. They're just champions that snowball even harder when they get ahead. So they have it set in the bag to just end this game real fast.
In before LeBlanc goes and one-shots Seasonix on that Cho'Gath. But Harablo is trying to get a kill onto the Jin and does get that kill. What happened to that Orianna ult there? Oh, I know what happened. Orianna tried to ult the Shaco, but Shaco ultimated as well. Used that
Just to
deceive, I'm
dodge
pretty
it.
sure
Very
it's
well
called.
played.
Oh, hallucinate. The Q is the deceive, and yeah, gonna be taken down after that hallucinate being used. Shaco is coming down to the bot lane, trying to look for 3 more kills. Is going to go on to the Nocturne. Nocturne does get the spell shield, doesn't actually get anything off of it, but Shaco does get shut down by the Caitlyn. This could be one of those flashy plays that we're talking about. Shaco just risking a little too much there.
Yeah, I just feel they're so far ahead right now. They're just trying to put on a show to really cement how far ahead they really are. They don't really have to think when they go for these engages. They just make them. And eventually it'll get them some kills due to how far ahead they are. But we are going to see Team Monocle securing a possible early dragon.
Yeah, in that case it didn't get them any kills. Instead it got them 2 deaths and an Ocean Drake on the side of the enemy team. So not worth by Shaco, his daddy, and Herd. But as you have stated, they are still up by almost 8,000 gold. So, but that lead
Yeah,
was
definitely.
bigger about a minute ago. So it's something. LeBlanc
Oh
is
my
going to one shot
goodness.
the Oriana though. So, yeah, 170 Oriana doesn't have a
This
complete item.
LeBlanc is definitely, especially now that they reverted her, LeBlanc's able to one-shot people a
lot better.
So she can just a lot better, a lot faster. Just overall, when this old LeBlanc gets ahead, she's just gonna pop whoever's in her way.
Shaco is trying to get the red buff from Nocturne again, but this time is a little bit stronger than last time, so is going to deceive away. And Cho'Gath trying to help his fellow jungler secure his red buff does allow the Nocturne to
Ooh.
escape with his life, but they
Bot lane turret
sadly did not
has
get
1
that red
HP.
buff. Oh, Harablo actually did get that red buff. Is going to spell shield the Q, but is going to get ignited. But Rakan going in, trying to get that command shockwave onto 2 members, but Caitlyn does, or Jhin, sorry, does flash away. Kled just a little too strong and does get that kill onto the Caitlyn. Jhin trying to open up, finish up the kill onto the Rakan. That is a super nice skin. I have never heard the ultimate on that skin. That
Yeah,
is
he grows wings and everything.
that is glorious. The sound of angels coming in. Huh.
But yeah, we are already seeing a 10k gold lead at 14 minutes in for Solo Queue Heroes. They have destroyed all but one in this map, and they are looking to secure that one right now.
All
killing
but
people
one
right
turret,
under the
I
turret.
assume you're saying. But yes,
All but one. Yeah.
all but one. Perfect. But that turret is, like you said, going to probably go down very quickly here. Rakan trying to make a play onto the Kled, but Kled is Kled, so sadly you can't do much about that. And a Fed Kled is a Fed Kled. Then there goes the LeBlanc getting a kill onto the Caitlyn with that red buff. So if Kled is trying to come onto the Rakan, is going to get him.
has no fear.
Is not going to get the Rakan, instead is going to get taken down by the Nocturne, but that mid turret does finally get taken down by the LeBlanc and the rest of the team. Because, excuse me. Ugh. Excuse me, this is too much talking here. Nocturne almost getting chunked down by the LeBlanc. But Rakan, living with no health there, does get a little bit of life left in his tank. Unlike me, who is slowly dying from dehydration. But LeBlanc trying to get 2 kills here. Does pick up the Oriana. Almost picks up the Nocturne.
It is kind of silly the way LeBlanc and Shaco both have their duplicates of themselves kind of skills. So
yeah, Shaco going in on this Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath 2 levels below the Shaco. Nocturne trying to help him out, but Shaco did put that Jack-in-a-Box down on the ground, so does get feared away from helping his fellow top laner. Nocturne making a huge play onto the Shaco clone. Sadly, not the real Shaco. And this is just looking horrible.
I don't know what to say here other than that Solo Queue Heroes has a massive lead. You know, I could try and go over how Rakan can use Oriana Ball during his engages to really try and get some nice team fights going on here, but I just don't know if it's going to be possible.
Morgana hits that binding onto the Oriana, and LeBlanc just follows up very quickly.
Again, this LeBlanc 12-0-7 right now. That's a lot of kills to have LeBlanc.
Yes, it is Optimus Prime, and it's with those 10 Dark Seals. That's a lot of damage, but I'm almost wondering if she's gonna buy Magi's just to further that guaranteed damage.
She does have the fully stacked Dark Seal. Upgrading into the Magi's is actually worth it when you have the 10 stacks already set.
Also, that Dark Seal has been stacked since like 5 minutes in, so
it might seem BM or risky, but I'd say in the case of this game, you got nothing to lose.
I completely agree, and that Rift Herald does get taken down by the Kled. Sorry, I don't know why Rakan was on my mind. I guess because he was on my screen, but
Just his charm and good looks sometimes get stuck in the
yeah,
minds.
he's always on my mind. But anyways, there's not a lot that at this point, not a lot that solo queue heroes can do because objectives are not on the map besides turrets.
If they had anything that I said they could do is solo queue heroes is definitely, because of how far ahead they are getting very reckless with the way they're getting kills, and possibly Team Monocle could look to try and stop some of these reckless once in a while, which really slowed the game down. But it's going to be hard. They have to pull off some real plays to do it.
Rift Herald does get popped into that mid lane, and that turret's looking to go down, but a lot of defenses coming in. Shockwave going in on 2 members, but the rest of the team is getting obliterated by the Morgana. Caitlyn gets destroyed by the LeBlanc, and LeBlanc is trying to destroy a little bit more. Morgana does go down, though, from that Cho'Gath Devour, but LeBlanc, you can't do anything. It's It's a LeBlanc. It's a fed LeBlanc.
Is playing properly. She gets to delete someone every fight.
Absolutely, 100% of the time. Kled does go in, gets a kill onto the Parabolo, is going to escape with his life. Again, no health. Oh, Shaco's daddy picking up the kill onto the Orianna as they just tunneled for that Kled.
Oh my goodness, the half health from the last gym shot. Is this going to be a possible 19-minute end?
I think it might be, and honestly, I think that might just be best for Team Monocle, as they're probably a little disheartened after this game. They let the Shaco get Shaco, and it kind of all went downhill from there, especially for Athena, getting that level 2 gank off, blowing both her summoner spells, and it's just not a good time.
They aren't going to end the game quite yet. They're going to probably actually they probably couldn't, because Cho'Gath was there clearing some minions. So they're going to reset, possibly look for a 20-minute Baron, or just push down other lanes. We do see a fight starting.
Rakan does go in onto the Jhin. Jhin doesn't take a lot of damage, though. There's no follow-up damage coming in as the Kled is taking out the backline. Shaco is daddy taking out that Orianna very quickly. Rakan goes down to Kled, but Kled does get taken down by the Caitlyn as he was a little too far deep into the enemy base.
Yeah, definitely this just reckless engage is coming out. They don't really fear that they have a shot of losing, so Solo Queue Heroes really just going for these style plays right now.
And that is another minion kill for, another Caitlyn kill for the LeBlanc, taking him out as fast as minions because LeBlanc is just not fun to play against.
Yep. They're looking to push down this bot turret here. But I guess Team Monocle's not going to allow it quite yet. Really trying to hold on the best they can, given the situation.
Yeah, given these hard times, these struggles, sometimes you just want to make it so that the team doesn't get that easy win. You want to test yourself, prove your spirit.
A weaker team might want to surrender, but they are not going to let this surrender happen. They're going to fight this to the very end. Suffering is just a lot of suffering, really. But really showing that they can persevere through just endless
thick
death.
and thin. Yeah. Parabolo does get the kill onto the Shaco, though. Almost gets taken out, but is quite fast. LeBlanc is going to get taken down by Caitlyn. That is huge in the side of Team Monocle. Can they make a comeback off of it? It is in the enemy base.
Basically wins the game now.
Kled is going to go in onto the Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath getting melted by that Kled. Is going to get a barrier from the Orianna. Does get a shockwave onto the Kled. Kled is taking a lot of damage actually here. Is going to get ulted by the Caitlyn and does get taken down by the turret shot. Jhin takes out the Nocturne.
Oh, just due to how early. Oh no! Is that a minion killer?
Oh, I think it was that super minion
The
there.
thing is, this game's so early in with all these super minions coming in that they just quite literally can't deal with them at the stage of the game they're at right now.
That is true. It is definitely difficult. I thought they had the game after they took out that LeBlanc, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, when I saw that LeBlanc die, I was like, you know what? This is it. They won the game. It is only an 17K deficit. No, it is 18K.
Goodbye, Recon.
Just deleted immediately. But yeah, Soloki Heroes definitely just having fun with this game at this point. Just getting kills left and right with all their assassins. Just trying to pad the scores.
Yeah, that was definitely going to be the SKL turning point, but they couldn't make anything more of it.
Looking to get the bottom inhibitor, the more super minions in their base, the harder it is for Team Monocle to even leave their base,
Yeah,
let alone come back into the game.
absolutely, and that top side turret still hasn't gone down in that top lane, so that's something for them. But they do have minions pushing in as well. Harablo trying to make a play onto the Shaco, but is going to get stymied from that Morgana Q coming out, and that would be an easy return kill. But Cho'Gath is going to get rooted up. Elray trying to make a play onto the LeBlanc. LeBlanc does pop zone. His Shaco was dead. He's going to take out that Recon. Jin opening up, trying to get some more kills. Cho'Gath does go down from Herd. And, yep, Jin does pick up that Caitlyn kill. And this could definitely be game here.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to take that mid lane inhibitor and then either push further or, again, just kind of stay at the outskirts of Team Monocle's base and just get more and more kills. We are seeing a total of 52 kills happened in this 24-minute game. That's over 2 kills a minute. That's definitely a lot of kills. Every inhibitor has just been destroyed. Minions coming in from all sides. Soloki Heroes definitely looking to end the game here.
That was really unfortunate for Orianna, as she does do the shockwave on the Shaco, but the Fountain Turret takes out Shaco before that shockwave goes
LeBlanc
out.
with
But
another
Talon
death,
IX does pick up that
That
LeBlanc kill,
actually
and that's the
be
SKL
that.
turning point this time, as Harablo does go in on the Jin, does spell shield that binding. Recon is trying to get that knockup, does get devoured by Seasonix on that Morgana. Recon going out on the Kled. Man, there's just too much going on now.
Just too much chaos.
There's so much chaos. Kled is taking very low. Jin.
Call me Shadow the Hedgehog because this is chaos out of control, not in control.
Kled does get taken out finally after that horribly timed joke. And this could be the SKL turning point. Truly here.
SKL turning point. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. This could be the moment. Team Monocle comes back from their 20K deficit.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. The only team that can possibly, that we have seen could possibly blow a lead like this is indeed Whiter Wong blowing a 20K
Whiter Wong would
lead.
be the only team who could possibly blow a lead as large as 20K.
But to
we're
be
looking
fair,
see.
this is kind of Fellowship of the Nerds, which is one of the teams that destroyed Whiter Wong as they had
definitely.
a 10K gold lead. So who knows? They could happen. This is 2/5 of that team. Can it show?
True.
They're gonna try and take this Baron here. Harablo going in for the kill, but
Just
Harablo is gonna
deleted.
get deleted before he can even
And
try
now
to
that they have a
smite
Baron
that.
with 3 inhibitors down, all of which have super minions, and might I add, super minions at this point in the game are very hard to clear. But once they're Baroned up, it will quite literally be impossible to clear, considering how hard it already is without Baron buff on them.
Exactly.
Oh,
When you
no.
see Kled
Running
going in.
in!
He's gotta run! Caitlyn's gotta run! Does get trapped between that Nexus and the turret. Shaco is going to go down, but does have that Guardian Angel. Cho'Gath taking a lot of damage, even though he is supposed to be the tank. Morgana is going to get
actually a
taken down to
huge
that
Oreo.
turret. That's a big 3-man Orianna. All Jin is going to open up, though. Is going to return fire onto the Cho'Gath.
Oh.
And Kled is going to be taken down as well.
If they kill
Harablo
everyone-
is going
the
to take out the
minions!
LeBlanc.
There's
Minions
too
are taking
many
a lot of
minions!
damage onto the Nexus. Jin stays alive, and that's going to be game for Solo Key
Game
Heroes.
2.
And they are going to be the 4th seed coming into the SKL playoffs in Season 2.
A well fought out victory, you know. They really went all out, getting some comfortable, strong picks in this game too. Definitely well played by them, and You know, Team Monocle doing the best they could, but a very bad situation that second game was.
Yeah, there wasn't much they could do. Athena had a very tough time being in that mid lane, as Shaco loves to gank mid lane. Has a lot of
Hmm.
entries. He's kind of like Zac in that way, except with damage instead of being a tank. And just, I don't know what to say. I mean, to be fair, Team Monocle did get some nice return kills, but it was
They
also,
definitely they didn't end the game. They got some kills. They traded some. So it's not like they ended the game with no kills and just this disgusting rollover. It was a rollover, but they got at least really made sure that they died a few times on the way.
they had their highlights, of course.
Hmm. Definitely.
But anyways,
But that
as
was wrapping up game 2 and wrapping up the end of the stream.
yes, thank you for tuning in on this wild card slot of the SKL playoffs. Tune in next week for SKL playoffs, the full playoffs, as all 4 teams have been decided now. That is going to be Vicious and Delicious versus Solo Queue Heroes. And it's also going to be the Resident White Wongers versus Tilt
Let's
Over
go.
Customs.
Ooh, 2 wonderful matchups. A lot of teams with great personalities on there.
Yeah, absolutely. And who knows? We might be
Especially White
seeing
Wong.
a return from last season, Vicious and Delicious versus White Wong, as that was the finals last split. But we got to get through first round
Definitely.
first.
There's no way that this video on Wetter Wong's YouTube channel could be biased towards Wetter Wong in any way, shape, or form.
No, but to be completely fair, I think White Wong's taking it all, and that's going to be
Oh,
the
wow.
game. That is going to be the cast
Yeah,
for
honestly,
today.
I think there's just no shot for any other team to even remotely compare to the raw strength that is Wetter Wong.
Not even close. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. That has been Powerful and Calico with resident statistician Wongly Accused and a lovely crowd with Bishi NA, Reformed Bishi, and see you next time.